2 of them! So here is something no YouTuber has ever done before. I am ripping off Scott the Woz. Yes, this is a companion video to the big Rayman retrospective sort of thing that I've done recently, where I went over my journey through the Rayman franchise and growing up with that and all that kind of stuff. The fun thing is, I have built up quite the collection of Rayman crap over the years, including these 2 little figurines, but we'll get into that all in due time. First, I want to ask you a question. Do you remember the old CDs that you used to put in your big old Windows 95 computer and it would start like choking to death because CDs are a bitch to read apparently? And as your PC struggled through the installation process, eventually you'd have this little .exe file running on your computer book, and as it sounded like it was imploding, you would be able to play a real video game? Yeah, me too. Let's talk about that. Bada bing, bada boom, would you look at that. It's my copy of Rayman 100 Levels, the one that you saw in the video. Now, I already showed this one in quite a bit of detail, obviously. I opened the thing. I really wanted to open it for the video, because when you remove the disc, you actually see Rayman's dumb little head, and I just like that. I think the packaging is very minimal, but it's just so charming and neat, and just, it's so blue. I love the color blue. But yeah, it's a standard kind of DVD case, you know, nothing too special. But it was my first Rayman game, and I love it so. Except when it fucking sucks, but you know, that's Rayman 100 Levels for you. Now obviously, Rayman could not be contained to 2 dimensions. He had to go 3D. The ultimate sin. But actually, this is like the best Rayman game out there. Honestly, I flip-flop between Rayman 2 and Rayman 3, but Rayman 2 holds a special place in my heart. It is just so damn charming and cool. Yeah, this is my original copy of Rayman 2. I actually own this game twice, but we'll get into why. On the back, you have like these fun little screenshots and everything. It's all really cute. There's like Dutch and French texts. That's actually because games release here, you know, both in the Netherlands and also in Belgium, where they speak both Dutch and French. Well, they speak Flemish, which is very similar to Dutch, but don't tell them I said that. On the inside, we've got the very shiny disc. Like, oh my god, look at that. Whoa, the flippin' colors and everything. Even has instructions down here that says press center button to release. So you're not gonna, you know, try to claw that thing out of there. Look at me, I'm pressing the center button to release. Minor scratches, but it's just because I played it so much. This was my favorite game as a kid. It might still be my favorite game as an adult. Now, after Rayman 2, it might make sense for me to bring out Rayman 3. I'm gonna do something crazy. Rayman 3-pack. Now, this one is interesting because there were a bunch of like Rayman anniversary collections, you know, of like various Rayman games, such as, you know, on the PS2, for example, there was a pack-in of Rayman Revolution, Rayman Arena / Rayman M, and of course, Rayman 3. Which is a crazy good deal if you think about it. Rayman 3 was still pretty new at the time, but this one, it's just Rayman 1, which has been re-released a bajillion times at this point, Rayman 2, which was also not rare, and then Rayman M on PC, which, as far as I knew, was the only way to actually get a physical copy of Rayman M at the time in the Netherlands when I was really looking for it. So I already had Rayman 1, I already had Rayman 2, I begged my parents for this just because it had Rayman M. And it's pretty cool. Whoa, fuck. And it's pretty cool. It has like, you know, like little descriptions of the games on the back. It has a bunch of like Rayman 1 art plastered on there. Just, I find this collection pretty neat. It's not the most bang for your buck because these games were very old at the time. You could just get them separately for, I think, the same amount of money that you would spend on a 3-pack like this. They were just trying to get rid of old copies that they still had lying around, no doubt. If we actually look inside, let's see. So we actually got one of these fancy, like, CD cases that holds 3 discs. And when I look at this, there's like the original Rayman. Very nice, bright yellow disc. I like that. Then we have Rayman M CD2 and Rayman M CD1 upside down for your convenience. You might be wondering, what the hell? Did you get ripped off? No, actually what happened here is I gave this copy of Rayman 2 to my boyfriend. And This is silly, but I thought it would be cute. He doesn't like Rayman. He doesn't care for it at all. He doesn't hate it. I guess he just feels indifferent about it. But because Rayman 2 was a game that was so close to my heart, I did the dumbest, nerdiest thing, and I gave him my old copy of Rayman 2. Also because we did like a full Let's Play, like a playthrough of Rayman 2 on my channel, and over time while we were doing that, we fell in love and started dating and all that. So I thought it would be nice to give him that old disc. I don't know if he still has it. I think it might have gotten lost in the move over here. But yeah, I thought it was a nice gesture. So that's where that disc went, and I honestly don't know where it is now. Now, obviously, I'm done with Rayman 1. Ah, you dumb bastards! That was so mean, why did I say that? This is Rayman Gold. This is a very strange edition of Rayman Gold. Rayman Gold is like a Rayman 1, and it has like some user-made levels, I think. I'm not entirely sure, actually. Let's have a look. But first we have to take a look at this glorious 3D cover. God, what were they thinking? You can see Rayman's skin pores on there almost. And like the shoes have this texture, and the hair has texture. Everything has texture. It's like Rayman Legends Retold. I'm not gonna go there. 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 I'm gonna be nice today and just shit on Rayman Gold. So on the back, just a bunch of screenshots. It's the original Rayman game. It has 24 extra levels with some extra difficulty or something is what it alludes to, with difficult new enemies. So only so much you can do in Rayman Designer, I guess. I don't know if these were made in Rayman Designer or if they're actually like entirely new levels. I genuinely no idea. And it says like if you have internet access you can get more levels, so I'm guessing it has something to do with Rayman Designer. And yeah, Designer is included in this one, and I remember really wanting that as a kid, which is why I got Rayman Gold at a yard sale somewhere. But also it didn't work on my PC. It just didn't work. I don't know why. Designer never got to work on my PC. It's such a shame, because I would have gone nuts for a Rayman level editor as a kid. As for the inside, let's have a little look. Oh my god, that's really shut. Wow. Satisfying click, no doubt. But, oh, it has actual, like, exclusive Rayman Gold cover art for the disc. That is very charming. I've never seen that before. I mean, I've seen it before, I just completely forgot about it. 2002, Ubisoft. That's really close to the release of Rayman 3. What the fuck? Why did this come out in 2002? That kind of baffles me. I didn't know about that. Anyway, that's the end of Rayman 1. I'm sure I don't have any other copies of Rayman 1. I have to check. Actually, I'm lying. Oh, I'm lying. Awesome. I love lying. But we'll get to that in a minute. Let's go to the mainline Rayman games first, you know? Let's do that first. Next up, we got 2 editions of Rayman 3. One that I had since I was a kid, and one that I've had since about a week or so. So yeah, as a kid, I would play Rayman 3 on my PC. The old discs are in here. There's like 3 of them, which is really fun. Even though the PS2 game is only on 1 disc, which feels less substantial, but it's the same damn game, so I don't know. Maybe the textures are slightly higher quality on PC. But yeah, I would play the shit out of this. I love Rayman 3. I still think it is one of the best, if not the best, Rayman game. And it's just interesting. I hadn't really compared them yet, but the backs of the boxes for Rayman 3 on the PS2 and the PC, they're just slightly different. Like, they have the similar, like, little jokes on there. The PS2 version has like some English text on there that the PC version doesn't have. This one is all, it's like all Dutch. Both both have RaymanZone.com on there, which used to be like this really cool official Rayman site. I think I checked it out a little bit, but I was too late to like actually do anything there. There were forums and you could collect LOMs or whatever. I don't fully understand how those worked. I don't know. The PS2 version actually advertises that it has the official trailer featuring Matter by Groove Armada, courtesy of Jive Records. So official. You don't need to be so formal with me, Rayman 3. We've known each other for years. But yeah, as a kid, I played so much of this game on PC, but I never had the version with the holographic box. And that's the one I wanted so bad because a friend of mine had it and it looked so damn cool. I don't even know if this is gonna show well on the video or not, but my god, it's so flipping fun and just, it's holographic. What can I say about it? Let me take it out of the box for you. Okay, so here it is. This is the holographic insert. It is so, like, nice. It is really well printed. The quality is just mwah. Like, I love this thing. I would hang it up as a poster if I could, but I don't want it to be damaged, so I want to be very careful with this, because it's in such good condition. And that is rare for PS2 games. What I found is that when looking for this PS2 edition of Rayman 3, most of them are in garbage condition, and it hurts me. What do people do with their PS2 games? On the other hand, PC games are usually in very good quality. Yeah, but for the PS2 versions of Rayman 3, I saw some editions with the holographic insert that were just disgusting. They were covered in dirt and crap. They were scratched. They were just... It bothers me. Also, shout out to the manual of Rayman 3. One of the funniest damn manuals I've ever read. It even rivals the WarioWare GBA manual, which is a tall order because that one has stickers. But yeah, this one has so many fun little jokes and things in there. It's just incredibly charming. I love this manual. If you've never read it, please do yourself a favor and just check it out. It's so silly and it's so whimsical. I like it a lot. Now, what else we got? Let me check, actually. I've not prepared anything. I just have a pile of DVDs and CDs lying next to me. Oh, as a quick aside, here's something I always wanted as a kid. It's the fabled Rayman McDonald's pirate toy. This is pretty cool. When you, like, push the thing on the back, it's supposed to emit a light over here, I think. It just, all it does is this. Wow, I can't believe it. There were sparks. But yeah, these things were so hard to find when I was a kid, and nowadays you can find them pretty easily. But the thing is, they suck. I also have this flipping... this one of Rayman on the plum. Hold on, maybe I should remove these figures for a second, hold on. Okay, now you get to see them a lot better without the background contrast of those other figures that look way better than these. Look how stupid these are. They're just like, they're McDonald's toys. What can I say about them? Their condition is not great. They're very dinky, they're very... I don't know. And like Rayman can do this. Whoa. Whoa, it's like a pullback motor, and his hair does that's amazing. I mean, I kind of love that. That's really fun. I love how they incorporated some of Rayman's gameplay mechanics into the actual toy. But also these toys are, I mean, they're not great. They are the only physical merchandise we had of Rayman for a very long time. Except for these two, of course, and I love this figure. It is genuinely so nice and high quality. It's not super high quality, like the paint job is a little meh, but yeah, it has like the name on the back. It's so creative of Rayman leaning against his bush, and it's such a nice interpretation in 3D of Rayman's 3D model from Rayman 2, like, but like actual in physical space, you know? I think it's really well done. It's just a nice little figure. I think it came with some kind of magazine, or there was something going on with that. I don't remember exactly, but there were like different editions of it, basically. And there you can tell by the number that's at the bottom. Like it's on the inside. Let me check, actually. This one is a 2, and this one is also a 2. I don't know what that means. I guess it means that there were only 2 of them and I have both. That would make the most sense. They will now be on eBay for $600 each. No, for real. Like, people have tried to sell the McDonald's toys and also these for ridiculous prices online. Not worth it. They are cool. For this one, I mean, it's really fun. I love this one personally. Still don't know why I have 2 of them, but still, I really like this figure a lot. And the McDonald's toys, not worth it. Definitely not worth it. They're very fun if you are super interested in McDonald's toys, or if you're just like, oh, I gotta have these, then maybe spend like at most $50 on it. But other than that, like, they're common, they're not great. You know, I can't recommend them that much. And also, just you can 3D print your own. That will be way better, or make something out of clay. That will be like only something you could make, you know? I love that kind of stuff. I love seeing like custom Rayman figures. Those are the best. The McDonald's toys, yeah, mixed. I have mixed feelings on them. And now here is my final Rayman PC game. Yeah, I love this one though. I gotta be honest, I love this one. It has the sauce, it has the vibes, it has everything I want. Except for gameplay that I love. It's just a bunch of minigames. But it's still really cool. Like, just it's such a weird mix of like Rayman 4 beta elements, I guess, of what Rayman Raving Rabbids was originally going to be. And just ridiculous minigames with fun humor. It's a neat little game. Not the best platform to play it on, though. I wish I had it on Like an individual copy on the Wii? Oh, foreshadowing, whoa. I do think it's neat to have it on PC because it's the one I grew up with. But other than that, there's not really a reason to get this on PC. You can just get the Wii version, and that is by far the best way to experience this because the motion controls are so fun. Other than that, don't have a lot to say about this. Look how clean that spine is. Wowie zowie. And you know, since we're on a Rabbids kick, let's kick it off with Rabbids Party Collection on the Wii. Like I was saying, I do kind of wish I had these games individually on the Wii because, you know, you get to see like the full box art and everything, and this one is just like some cobbled together mess. At this point, they already stopped referring to the Rabbids as Rayman Raving Rabbids. It's just Raving Rabbids at this point. They dropped Rayman after TV Party from the title. Was Rayman even in the games? No, I think he was actually... Yeah, Rayman was only in TV Party, and that was it. That was the last one. That was the last time we saw him for a good long while. And that's kind of sad. But, you know, there was not really a reason for Rayman to stick around in the Rabbids series at that point, so I get it. He did always feel a bit like an outlier in something like Rabbids 2 and TV Party. He was just in the cutscenes and that was it. But yeah, Party Collection is some real bang for your buck. This is awesome. You get all three, like, main Rabbids games. There was Travel in Time, which I'll show off in a second, like, just for completion's sake, you know. But these are the best ones by far. The original trilogy is really damn good. I love TV Party even. People hate that one, but I think TV Party is flipping fun as hell. You got these minigames you control with your butts with the balance board, like come on. And the music minigames, super duper fun in all three of these. It got me to say the phrase super duper just now. That may either be a letter of recommendation for you or a letter to stay the hell away from these games because they make me insane. It could be either one, really. Also, just as a bonus thing, it comes with only one disc, has all three games on there. I think that is pretty impressive. Then there is... Hold on, wait a minute. Then there is Rabbids Go Home, which is fucking awesome. I really like this game. It's like a platforming racing kind of game. Super fun. It's so creative and wacky. There's nothing quite like it, really. And it's just a blast to play. It's so silly and stupid. And I love the rabbits in this. You can design your own rabbit and smack it around inside the Wii remote. And honestly, it makes me sad that they didn't do more games like this one. I presume the minigame compilation games just sold way better than this. Then we have Travel in Time, which came out after Rabbids Go Home, and it has Wii Motion Plus compatibility. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what else to say about this one. It's fine, it's okay, it has mini games, it's very short, you can play the entire campaign in co-op. That is super fun. I do like that. I got it used apparently. I forgot about that. Wii Motion Plus stuff, like those minigames, they're okay. They're nothing special or like worth buying Wii Motion Plus for. You can influence the story in sort of a way with like 2 different endings for certain minigames. I don't know. It's just Rabbids Travel in Time. The 3DS version I used to own, which was a 2D platformer, which was fine, nothing special. If you're really curious about playing a mediocre 2D platformer with the rabbits on the 3DS, I mean, I'd be worried about you. But you might also enjoy that one. Now, let's get back on track with some Rayman stuff. And here we have Rayman Origins, the Wii version. One of my favorites. Oh gosh, this game is really cool. Not my favorite Rayman game, but as for Wii games, yeah, this one's fun as hell. 4-player co-op, hand-drawn graphics, art style had a huge influence on my brain, and it's the Wii version, so it's crusty as hell, but it plays fine. It's just Rayman Origins. People shit on this one sometimes, but it's not the 3DS version, okay? It's not the 3DS version. The fun thing is that it's just lower resolution. It's a little crusty, but it plays just fine. You can just plug in a classic controller and have a great time with this. Controls buttery smooth, frame rate rock solid. It just looks a little lower res, but I don't mind it at all. It's just so good. I love this version. I mean, I grew up with it, but I still think it's a fine way to play this game. Now, obviously, the next one is Rayman Legends, a game that I love significantly less than Origins, but it's still a really good time. It's very fun, it's very well made, and it looks really good. I just wish it retained some of that cartoony art style that Origins had, with the bold outlines and like the fun shapes and all that stuff. Backgrounds being painted, don't mind that at all, but the foreground characters, I want them to retain that Origins fun, you know? I don't want everything to be polished to the bajillionth degree with painting styles, and it's just, I like that comic-y vibe so much. But yeah, Rayman Legends, this is the best version. If you're gonna get any version of Legends, get this one, because it has gamepad functionality on the Wii U. Honestly, I'm not even joking when I say this is the best version. Like, it's literally just the most fun you can have with it, because a lot of the parts of the game are designed around the gamepad, you know? You can really have a lot of fun controlling Murphy with the touchscreen, while the computer AI controls the character running around on the screen. It has 5-player co-op where one person can control Murphy on the gamepad. And it's honestly a blast. Like, this is just a really fun addition. It has longer load times than the definitive edition on the Switch, but this is just more fun, in my opinion. I still think this is the best version of Rayman Legends. Now, so I have a pile on the right of me, from which I grab games, and then I put them over here, and then I put them on my left. Pile on the left is getting pretty big. I am getting through these games at a pretty good pace. I'm gonna have to edit so much stuff, but it doesn't matter. I hope this will be worth it. I hope this will be interesting, at least, to see my collection and hear my ramblings about it. Honorary mention, Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Great game. Fantastic. Really, really enjoy this one. Might even be more fun than the first. In a couple ways. I do prefer the gameplay of the first one a little bit, because it's more chess-like with the grid-based, you know, movement system. Well, this one has some more like radius of movement you can move within. But this one had the Rayman DLC. Now, I bought a used copy of this game because at this point, I learned a lot about Ubisoft and how much I do not want to support them with money. I talk about it a little more in the intro of the bigger Rayman video that I did, which this one is like a companion piece to. There's some screenshots at the start of headlines if you want to look into that stuff, because Ubisoft really sucks. And it hurts, it really stinks, because they've made some incredible games, and I love the people working there, like who made these things and who made them possible. But there's just so many, like, God, I don't even want to get into it. It's just, there's so much shit happening with that company that I just cannot in good faith support anymore. However, the game itself, really fun. And the Rayman DLC is good. But yeah, they definitely did Rayman justice in the DLC for this game. I love the design, I love the power-up references and all that. Very, very well done. Wish there were more references to like different eras of Rayman, you know. Like, there's a little bit of Rayman 1 at the start, like a little visual reference and all that. And then the power-ups are references to Rayman 3, obviously. There's the walking shell. It's there. Other than that, you know, it's like the music is all like kazoo stuff, and it's like, it sounds really good. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, love that stuff, but like, I really wish there was more, like the Donkey Kong DLC, you know, for the first Mario Rabbids game. That was fantastic, and like a love letter to the series. Well, this one just kind of felt like they already had this idea of like the Phantom coming back and doing this whole musical bits, and like this movie sets where they walk around. And Rayman was just kind of added to that as a character and with some background references and whatnot. I don't know if that was the actual intention, but that's kind of what it felt like. And that's a shame, because you can do so much with Rayman as like a, you know, the world, the characters, the everything. Maybe they had like a smaller budget for this last DLC, because I don't think Sparks of Hope did as well as the first game. But yeah, fantastic game, great DLC, can recommend. Used copies are easy to find. Last but not least, I got a couple more over here. First up, we got Raving Rabbids 2, which was actually my first... Oh, there's some hair on there. Hold on. Cat hair. Thank you, my cat. Really appreciate it. Now, Rayman Raving Rabbids 2 was my first DS game, because I was like, oh, Raving Rabbids 2, is it on PC? And I didn't have a Wii at the time. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll just get the DS, and I'll play the DS version, because I am gonna sell my Game Boy Advance SP, worst mistake of my life, and get a DS. Okay, not the worst mistake of my life. I loved my old Game Boy Advance SP. I miss it dearly still. But the DS is great. And I only have like a couple physical DS games, because I got a certain item for my DS that allowed me to play certain things. But I did get this one physically, because I got this one, I think, on launch day, when I was like, oh my god, Rayman Raving Rabbids 2, the one I haven't played. and it's fucking disgusting. These crusty-ass handheld versions of the Raving Rabbids games are weird. The first Raving Rabbids on DS is a platformer, 2D platformer, starring Rayman. And it has like beta elements from the Rabbids, you know, just like the GBA version of Rayman Raving Rabbids did. But this one, Raving Rabbids 2, it's just a compilation of minigames. Same with Raving Rabbids TV Party on DS. And for what it is, it's still pretty cute. You can customize your own rabbit. You can like paint on his skin, which is pretty cute. And also, the minigames are fine. It's just a lot of like tapping on the touchscreen really fast, destroying the screen. Other than that, not a bad video game. It's not Raving Rabbids 2 Console Edition. I guess I'm just not showing these in chronological order anymore, whatever. Rayman 10th Anniversary Summer Sale Edition. I bet I can get $2 extra if I sell this one on eBay. It's just Rayman Advance and Rayman 3. On the GBA, which is fine. Told you I wasn't done with Rayman 1 yet. I just completely forgot about that segue announcement thing that I did like half an hour ago. But yeah, there's this Rayman 1 on the GBA. Slightly easier, you have more extra lives and crap, but it's Rayman 1. GBA, it's fine. The screen is very crunched and smaller than you would expect, but it's still perfectly playable. And then Rayman 3, which is actually a really fun, original 2D platformer, kind of in the style of Rayman 2, that they rebranded as Rayman 3 before it came out. So that's a very interesting kind of development story there. And here is the last Rayman game of my collection that I want to show today, Rayman 3D, which is the Dreamcast version on 3DS, which is kind of wild. This is the only Dreamcast game, I think, that was ported to 3DS. And I don't know how they did it, but it works. It works just fine. The frame rate is not great. Some people shit on this version because it's not perfect. But it is just the Dreamcast version, minus the minigames. It has like the little cutscene near the end that doesn't appear on the PC version, so I was very excited to finally experience that. It's the little cutscene where Rayman frees everybody on the pirate ship, and I always thought that was so cute. But yeah, Rayman 3D, it's Rayman 2 in 3D, and they try to make it seem like it's a completely new Rayman game. It's not, it's just Rayman 2. They tried to pull this shit with Rayman DS as well, by not just saying like Rayman 2 DS. It's just Rayman 2 again. This was still in that era where Ubisoft was porting Rayman 2 to literally every device ever. I also played Rayman 2, like a demo for that, on the iPad. Controls like shit, but it's Rayman 2. Perfectly acceptable, I would say, to play Rayman 2 this way. It is neat. And 3D. But is it Tonic Trouble? Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. I'm holding it upside down. Is it Tonic Trouble? No, it's not. Look at this. Oh my god, I got an actual big box version of Tonic Trouble. I am so glad I own this. I love Tonic Trouble. It's not a great game. I love it though. And this is so cool. I don't own any big box games anymore. I used to have a couple of them as a kid. I cut up the boxes, threw them in the trash. What was I thinking? This is the coolest shit. Look at all that. Look at this. Oh, I love big boxes. I wish I had more. But yeah, this is so fun to own. Even though I don't even think I can get the disc to run anymore. Because of, you know, Windows updates and like newer versions and all that crap. If you are interested in playing Tonic Trouble, which I do recommend, do not play the N64 version. It kinda stinks. Do not play the Special Edition, unless you're really curious about that sort of thing. Special Edition, for those who don't know, is a beta version of Tonic Trouble. With tank controls and crap, and just like a bunch of differences, and that makes it interesting. It doesn't make it the best version though, because the actual like PC release, I think, which the one that controls normally, I think is the best way to play Tonic Trouble. And you can find the portable edition, but you didn't hear that from me. Just Google that, and you know, maybe good things will happen. But yeah, this is Tonic Trouble. I flipping love this. I think the game is super fun. It has like vibes of Rayman 1 while being very similar to Rayman 2. It's not great, mind you, but if you're open to it and just want to experience a very janky little 3D platformer that shows how the developers went from Rayman 1 to Rayman 2 in terms of their skill, it is just a lovely little piece of history. Let me see what's inside actually. So we got the big box over here. We've got the manual, which is very big, really charming. Love seeing this kind of stuff. Like large images and all that crap in there. Really cool. Then we have this little form for Ubisoft. I love this kind of stuff that's still in there. Like the owner actually left like the receipt in here of his game. He paid $25 for this. And the game was discounted less than a year later from 50 to 25, which tells you enough about Tonic Trouble, I think. But yeah, it has this little coupon thing that you can fill out and to get like a free game or win something. I am not entirely sure. It's like, oh, it's like a questionnaire. It asks you like if you have an internet modem. Wow, kind of wild. And it talks about like the type of computer you have, like how much RAM. I guess they were trying to gather data on like how much they could push their games, graphically speaking, and that people would still be able to buy it and run it on their PCs. Then there's the actual disc, very charming. English version, it even says on there. I guess there must have been like a French version, and it just didn't have like the capacity to put different language versions on one disc. Crazy. But yeah, I think that's about it. That's my Rayman collection. That is everything I could find around the house. I have one more item, which is a really cool 3D printed Rayman made by Rayman, and it's so flipping cool. I'll put up some pictures, I just don't have it with me right now. Also, it's very fragile and I don't want to break it. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't seen the full Rayman video yet, where I just ramble about Rayman and my journey, it's like my story of growing up with the Rayman franchise, I highly recommend checking it out. I put a lot of time into it. I am very proud of what I made with that. Check it out if you'd like. Well, see you again soon. I am not entirely sure yet what I'll be making next, but it'll be stuff, no doubt. And I know that I can make these little companion videos now, where I just kind of ramble about crap in my collection. Anyway, happy Pride Month.